Welcome, my friends of the interwebs, or should I say, welcome, my political friends of the interwebs, because I'm about to do some politics. That's right. I'm about to do some politics. But by the way, for those of you who've been supporting this channel, I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. I know that I don't produce. I kind of go in spurts. I produce a lot of videos, and then I take a little time off, and I produce a lot of videos. Sometimes I take a lot of time off as far as the political stuff goes. And so, I mean, I really do appreciate you guys that hang out, and I love the comments. I know I don't comment back as much as I should, but I'm running a lot of YouTube channels, and I got a lot of projects going, so sometimes it's difficult for me to do that. But I love that there's a platform for you all to exchange your thoughts on topics that I cover, the political subjects and whatnot that I deal with. So forgive me for not jumping in as much, but by all means, continue to debate one another and to make your points and all that stuff, and share amongst your interweb friends. I love it when I see my videos pop up on people's Facebook pages, and I think that's freaking awesome. The fact that you guys would watch my video and then think to share it to your Facebook, that really makes me feel good. And I appreciate everybody that does that, and I know who does and who doesn't. No. And by the way, a couple of times it pops up on Twitter too, which is very cool. So, the world of politics, as we know, we are blessed to live in interesting times. We are blessed to live in interesting times, and I will tell you that I love it. I do. I love it. Let me know in the comment section how you guys feel about this, but I got to be honest with you. Politics is it's like a lifeblood to me. Now, I will admit that there was a long time there where things were gloomy and Barack Obama was destroying the planet, laying waste to the Constitution. That was rough. I'm not going to tell you it wasn't. It was very stressful. I don't know too many people, and this is just me being honest, I don't know too many people who have been so negatively affected by his presidency other than me. I mean, well, I should say other than me. I don't know too many people who have been negatively impacted on my level financially, personally financially, because Barack Obama literally did a number on me financially, economically. I mean, you know, for those of you who don't know, let me see if I can. Oh, shit. This is a block of coal. This is a block of coal. This coal came off of my property in southeast Kentucky. And there was a time in my life where they would take this coal, they would mine it for my property, and then they would sell it. And then I would get what was referred to as a royalty check. And just to give you an idea, my last, what I call reasonable sized royalty check was for 1 month. It was for $11,500, and that project where that coal came from was really just getting ramped up. So they weren't completely up to par yet, or up to speed. Based on, you know, core samplings and production numbers and all that stuff, my income would have been right around $50,000 every single month just from that one income stream. And needless to say, Barack Obama became president of the United States, and everything changed. And he engaged in a war on coal, and it forever altered my life. And by the way, I don't want anybody to feel sorry for me. Because in life, sometimes you're, you know, the old saying, sometimes you're, you know, sometimes you're the windshield and sometimes you're the bat. Sometimes you're, you know, listen to me, windshield and bug, and sometimes you're the bat or the baseball. Either way, don't feel sorry for me, because I know people personally who've lost everything because of Barack Obama. I'm talking lost their homes, lost their vehicles. Coal miners that, you know, used to make, you know, anywhere from $70,000 to $120,000 a year are now asking people if they want fries with that. It's been devastating. The media doesn't cover any of that. You never see any of that stuff. But the truth of the matter is that there are a lot of people, not just the coal miners, but the industry that revolved around. I mean, your truck drivers, you know, because here, you know, a lot of people don't understand the process. But when you mine coal, that coal has to get from where the mine's at to the tipple, and the tipple's where they load railroad cars full of coal. So you had an industry in between there that were truck drivers. Most of those guys were independent guys that owned their own rigs, and they got paid by the ton that they would haul to the tipple. And then you had the people who worked at the tipple, whose job was to do all that stuff and then load the coal onto the rail cars. And then, of course, you had that whole industry of railroaders whose job it was to get that coal from the tipple to the power manufacturers. And then, of course, you had the people that worked at the power manufacturers that worked at the plants that burnt coal to generate electricity. And everything in between, from the mechanics that worked on the trucks to mom and pop grocery stores and restaurants, it was endless. You really can't. It would be hard to even list all of the jobs that were lost because of Barack Obama in regards to just that one industry. So don't feel sorry for me. I mean, I'm doing okay. But I got to tell you, it's been rough. And so there was a long stretch there where I didn't even want to make a political video because I didn't even know what to talk about. Every time I thought about Barack Obama, my blood pressure would get insane. And I mean, I have a bad heart, so I really didn't think that was the wisest thing for me to be doing. So there was a kind of a blackout period where I would only sporadically do a video on politics. But now that Barack Obama's soon to be on his way out, I'm enjoying politics again. It really is a love of mine. Has been a love of mine since the day that I ran for student council president when I was just a kid, and won, by the way. And it's just always been a love of mine. My grandfather, on the Hunter side, was a state representative from Kentucky, and so politics is kind of something that I think is ingrained in my DNA. So I'm kind of glad to be back and doing this kind of stuff and talking about Hillary Clinton and talking about Bernie Sanders and talking about Donald Trump and Jeb Bush and all those. I love it. I really do. I love it. And I really love the fact that you guys are sticking with me on this and sharing my videos and engaging, having discussions over topics that I bring up. I find that to be awesome. I really do. So there will be more. I think that soon. I know I keep saying this soon. I really do want to do a video explaining why it is that I feel that Donald Trump is my guy. Because I do. I think that, I don't know that he's going to get the nomination. I think obviously all indications are that he will. But I think that he's important. Even if he doesn't, by the way, even if he does not get the nomination, I think it's been important for the establishment to understand that, the American people, you can only screw us over so many times. And Republicans. Although, so I was asked the other day if I was a Republican, and I said, to be honest with you, I identify more with the Republicans, but the truth is that I'm more of an independent. And not only just an independent, but the fact is I'm really more of a libertarian than I am even a Republican. And when I tell people I'm a conservative, I'm not your typical conservative. I'm a fiscal conservative. I don't like the government taxing the shit out of any of us. I think that's nonsense. I think the IRS is a rogue organization that needs a smackdown, if not abolished. But I mean, socially, I'm really not conservative at all. And I think that a lot of people would be really surprised about that. But I'm not a social conservative. I don't want to. I hate to even use the word liberal in my name put together. But I think some of my stances on social issues would probably be considered very liberal, which is what it is. I make no excuses for that. I am who I am, but part of that goes to the libertarian in me. And I'll give you one example, and that's marijuana. I don't smoke pot. I don't. All my friends will tell you that Rich don't smoke pot. It's always made me tired. I mean, I've tried it. It's always made me tired, and that's not what I'm going for. I don't like to be tired. I'm tired enough as it is. And so I just never really got into it. Having said that, though, I don't feel that it's my right to tell somebody else that they can't do that. I don't personally, and being somebody who's tried it, I don't believe that it's any more damaging. In fact, probably a lot less damaging than alcohol. And I think that anytime the government bans something like that, it just leads to criminalization. It leads to negative things. I can't stand the fact that there are people sitting in jail over marijuana. I think that's ridiculous. Now, I have different stances on different drugs, but for marijuana, I mean, I'm very libertarian in that, or liberal in that, to be honest with you. But a good example, I guess, where I am socially conservative, death penalty. I believe that if you take a life, you forfeit yours. I don't believe in redemption in that regard. I think that, to be honest with you, if you are a murderer, you get what you get. You get what you get. If you kill somebody, it's not justifiable. I mean, this doesn't count. If you've defended yourself in your life and somebody died in the process of you defending yourself, then I'm okay with that. You shouldn't even go to jail for that. But if you are somebody who walked into a 7-Eleven or a Weigel's or a Speedway, and you took a Saturday night special with you, and you shot the clerk, you should lose your life. And it should be a fast track. I mean, literally, I would love to see the old days where it went right from the courthouse to the gallows and all that was done and said. And public executions, I'm totally down with that. So, yeah. But I'm pro-prostitution. I think that, an informed decision that's made by an adult, quid pro quo transaction, whatever you want to call it. I mean, who am I to tell some adult that they can't engage in sexual activities with each other for money? I mean, I don't have any business in that at all. I don't believe the government should be controlling who or how or why we have sex with one another. I think that's a basic need and a basic desire that the government just has no business inflicting their moral objections on any of it. But that's, me. I don't engage in prostitution, just to put that out there. Although I've been called a pimp more than once. Unjustifiably so, I might add. Anyway, blah, 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 blah. Thank all of you who have been sticking with me. And I will be doing that Trump video. I will also be, it's funny. I'd love to just hammer on Hillary. Hammer on her. But it's one of those things where if she gets the nomination, I'm going to have a long time to do that. So I don't know. I don't know. And Jeb Bush, I'd like to make a couple of videos about Jeb. Jeb, who's not my favorite person. Anyway, that's all I got. I gotta let you guys go. But, yeah, share, rate, like, the whole 9 yards. Appreciate it. Everybody take care. See ya!